Good morning, Mr.
At this
Christian.
critical point in time, Nigeria needs the support of the diaspora. In what way do you think they can come in?
Well, Mr. Christian, I'm sure it's going to shock you that the diasporans have been the last lifeline of Nigerian economy since 2016, 2017, right? Because the diasporans, over that period, have been providing Nigerian economy the sufficient amount of dollar used by Nigerian economy to at least back its currency. But within the period of COVID-19 and today, we had an aggressive mind shift of the diasporans. Suddenly, they stopped believing in the Nigerian system. They found a way to move their money right from diaspora to their fellow Nigerians here without going through the official channel.
Official channel?
Yes. And this is why you now see that CBN will come out and say that the diaspora money is way above 50 billion, but we can't even account for more than 10%. Because nobody uses Western Union, nobody uses World Remit, nobody uses all this official channel anymore. Everybody is now using what we call like Flutter Wave, Send Wave, and I mean, these are unofficial channels owned by fintechs. Now, these fintechs are domiciled in US and UK. All right? So I don't blame them because we had, in the recent time, we had some presidents who could not articulate their vision. We have some presidents who would rather rule in opaqueness. These are people that are not sincere. I am so disappointed that Tinubu will not even tell us our current balance. Tinubu should tell us our account balance. He cannot be shameful about it.
Is that the culture? Is that the norm?
That is not the culture, by the way. Under Sanusi, we knew what our forex reserve was. There was a time we had as much as $70 billion in the forex reserve. And even the BDCs knew that they couldn't do anyhow. Right? Transparency, accountability, right? And your high level of articulation determines the prosperity and the success of your administration. Like I said Buhari, to some extent, on the issue of border closure was the right policy. But his inability, right? His inability to educate people on a constant scenario. Let me tell you, a child that has been so, a child that has been so addicted to breast to the age of 10, you should know that it's going to be a tug of war when you try to withdraw it from him or her. Nigerians, we have been addicted to what we call subsidized dollar. Right? Let me tell you, one of the prime business anybody wants to go to, if you ask them today, they'll tell you is importation. In a real sense,
and that's not productive.
In the real sense, in every productive economy, they'll tell you that the prime business they want to go to is manufacturing, farming, processing, industrialization. But in Nigeria today, if you ask 10 persons, out of the 10 persons, 7 will tell you that the prime business that they want to find themselves doing is importation, going to China, import and come and sell. Right? And that is what brought us to whatever we have today. Where we are today was as a result of bad policies that we made, inability of our leaders not to articulate that we need to move from this issue of importation to exportation. It got to a point we started importing rice. As a matter of fact, we started importing tomatoes. We started importing bread.
Bread?
Yes. Are you not aware that they were
even livestock?
Are you not even aware that they are importing guinea fowl? They play.
But how do we want the dollar or the naira to have this strength again?
See, the question is, the pressure was on dollar, and our past subsequent presidents, right from Obasanjo, they were subsidizing the dollar. The money we were getting from oil, we were doing what? Putting it inside the subsidy, dollar subsidy. Let me tell you what made everything so expensive. It is not even the subsidy removal of fuel. It is subsidy removal on what? On dollar. If today dollar goes back to 200 naira, then you see a clear vision that Nigeria is import dependent by 98%. Look at the hair on that lady. The attachment she's wearing is imported. Everything she has on is imported. You can see everything that she has on, none is locally made. None. Look at me from head to toe. I can only tell you that my hair, maybe my hair is well, okay. God gave it to me. But every other thing that I'm putting on, my bag, my AirPod, my slippers, right?
No, that one they'll make it in Nigeria.
Let me tell you, the granulas, the plastic granulas that they used to make this. Show it. These slippers, the plastic granulas, the hydrocarbon is imported. That is to tell you how nonsensical this economy has become.
Yeah, I'm concerned now that the Diasporans, it seems like they are falling out with this particular government.
No, it all started right from under Buhari regime.
Okay.
Right? The mistrust I told you started right after COVID-19. Because after COVID-19, when people couldn't go to banks, so many people became innovative, and then they started. You don't have to go to bank before you transfer your dollar to your family. Then they created all these various apps, and CBN gave them the license, not knowing that these same apps and companies will come back and fire the CBN right behind it.
What should this government do?
Well, this government first and foremost needs to be transparent.
Transparent.
Yes. Transparency will be the greatest, right, catalyst for acceptability, for acceptance. If this government will not be transparent, don't forget that, as Allah said, they told us that they were going to do 7 to 8 key items to cushion the effect of subsidy. They said they were going to roll out 100 buses of CNG. They said they were going to farm, I think, was it farm? They said they were going to farm 500,000 hectares of land. They said they were going to pay 35,000 naira as wage allowance. Have they done anything? There's no transparency. They are saying there's no money. Then let us know what you have in that.
You listened to Fashola's interview?
I did. He said, Fashola said that Fashola is advocating for some things. He said he's advocating for more development of power. He's advocating that Nigerians should pay their house rent on a monthly basis. Now, Fashola was in the government just a few months ago. You can still be in the government and still be querying your president. Let me tell you, Nigerians are not loyal to the country, they are loyal to individuals. Right? A person like Taiwo Oyedele, a person like Festus Keyamo, if he's not loyal to Tinubu, there are some things that ordinarily you should say. One man that tried it was Rotimi Amechi. I give him kudos. Rotimi Amechi came out and said that I wrote a letter, a proposal to the National Assembly that I need just 3 billion to buy all the surveillance cameras so that I can secure the rail line from Abuja to Kaduna. The National Assembly did not approve it. He said it. But Nigeria, what did they do? Nigerians did not react. That's why I have been clamoring that Nigerians are mentally lazy. Let me tell you, the best route for Nigeria is to escape and go to Morocco, Libya, and run into Europe, Italy, right? And then when you go there, you start slaving away your life. You work for 12 hours, 13 hours, 15 hours. If it is not laziness, if Nigerians were not lazy and were not cowards, Nigeria would have moved forward. But of course, that is what we are. That is who we are. Ghanaian politicians will not try this rubbish with them. South Africans will not try this rubbish with South African people. There are so many economies that are better than South African, whereby South African people can run to, but they will not go. They will run away to their country and say, "Oga, fix this country." How many Nigerians who said, "Oga, no, they go, maybe they no go kill me, maybe they go." How many people have been killed? A person like Mandela slaved his life for his country. No leader, no one single leader. And this is why I've been commending Sowore of recent. That Sowore is one man that had, and then I also commend Fela Anikulapo. Fela Kuti was a man that loved this country to a fault. Fela was incarcerated for nothing less than 10 years of his lifetime. Do you think Fela does not have the resources to japa? Fela could have run to England. He could have run to America. But he stood back and he faced the military. They will release him, he will still come out and still challenge them. But what happened to Nigeria? And you are telling me Nigerians are not lazy.
One of the piece will be that sometimes he tweets about policies of the government.
Let me tell you, Peter Obi is just a normal Nigerian like we are. As simple as that. Peter Obi is a normal Nigerian like we are. Right? A man that fought for that position, unfortunately, he is now becoming, a nightmare to us. Is Tinubu. Tinubu was a very formidable Nigerian because he fought the president tooth and nail. He condemned them outrightly, bluntly, in every words you can say. When I listen to the interrogations of Obi, I just laugh like, this is how oppositions is being played. When you are opposing, you shouldn't be scared of getting arrested.
Yes.
That is what it is. Trump today, he doesn't care. If they like, look at Trump. Only Trump has about 63 court cases against him because Trump has decided not to be silent. Obi doesn't want any problem. He doesn't want to sleep in the cell for one day. A Mandela could have decided to retract all his words and he will become the golden boy of United Kingdom. But what happened to him? Look, listen, Nigerians, when I say that we are lazy, I don't regret it. I will say it 1,000. I will say it 1,000 times. You are lazy if you cannot fight for your rights. Because you know that it is easier for me to run to Ghana. Then from Ghana I go into Libya. And then I go through the seas and then I find myself in Italy. And when I get there, I start slaving my life. What job are you doing in Italy? You are doing a what? Menial jobs, right? And because you are not there, because that money is valuable than us, you come back more successful and then you tell us that you are not lazy. My brother, you cannot fight for your inheritance.
Majority of Nigerians in the diaspora, they are lazy.
Let me tell you, that's a fact. If they are not lazy, I dare them, let them come back. At least they are not rich, right? Let them come back and lead a protest. But they will not, and they will never agree. They will never accept what I'm saying now that they are not lazy.
And some people
they will say that it is the leaders. I said, listen, call out the top countries today that the followers did not rise up to what we call self-realization that yes, we need to take our destiny to our hands. We the Nigerians, are we ever going to be ready to take our destiny to our hands? Is there ever going to be a day where we will be ready to take our destiny into our hands? Is there ever going to be a day?
That's the question. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.